Welcome to GLHF, the world's first podcast in video games, and without a doubt, the first podcast in Blagmaws, which is what we're playing right now.
Possibly the first instance of two people unrelated to the developers playing Blagmaws together online. I guess we are kind of related to the developers now, though, huh?
Yeah, so this is a viewer-submitted and viewer-created game.
Mm-hmm.
And just based on the little tutorial we just did, it looks very cute and like a fun idea. It's like a little platformer, wizard battler. I love that wizard battlers are taking off for some reason.
It really is. When I saw this popped up when I put the code in, I was like, I got another one of these things.
They're
and it's
all
not
about
actually
wizards.
a similar, because the other ones, but there are like a lot of wizard games now. Like, obviously there's the ones where you actually say the spells out loud, which of course are the memes. But there was that other, I don't even remember what it's called. I own it, but I don't remember what it's called. But like these games where you like put spells together and it's these complex emergent systems and you fight, and it's just, I get a thing now. It's like we had zombies, we had vampires, we had whatever. Now we have wizards.
I mean, I love it.
And it's not even Harry Potter wizards. It's like beards and big capes with stars on them. Like we're in the tower of a castle type
exactly.
wizards.
That's the kind of wizard I like. I think Harry Potter made wizards too cool and normal. A wizard should be like a freaky old man.
Best wizards. Best pop culture wizards. What do you think? Merlin?
I mean
Merlin's
Gandalf is
really
on
good.
top. There's no competition for me.
Gandalf is on top.
I'm a big Lord of the Rings nerd, and I love Gandalf.
I think that Harry Potter's overrated. That's what I've decided. I don't think it's actually as good as I thought it was.
Correct.
Like in terms of I thought the movies were good, and they're not bad, and they have a really good vibe, but they don't actually have like that well thought out of a world. Like, the meme, the Lord of the Rings meme, where they're like, why didn't they just fly to whatever the fuck? And you're like, plot hole, but it's not really if you think about it. I feel like Harry Potter constantly there's things happening where you're like, but wait, if they're having this problem, why don't they just use that spell? They have spells to fix everything instantaneously, right?
Yeah.
And then in certain instances, it's like the Star Wars problem with the Force. It's like, but I thought you could run it at the speed of light. And so then how come you should have just done that? You did it earlier. And so it ends up compounding and not making sense. And on top of that, J.K. Rowling is nuts.
She is nuts.
Horrible lady.
She only gets more nuts
Holy
with
fuck.
time. And it's like,
I know, and that's the crazy thing. What a nightmare.
It's interesting to watch.
We spit on her name.
When she first started being nuts, she still was like kind of trying to be normal about it, or like be perceived as normal about it.
Yes.
And she just has given
what you're saying, yeah.
less fucks over time. Because there's like a certain, to like maintain a good public reputation, a lot of celebrities with crazy ideas will try to like downplay them or like go through PR to like make them sound okay.
Exactly. They're like finding a politically correct way of being transphobic, which is a thing. It's not good that it's a thing, but people do it.
And it seemed like she was trying to do that in the beginning, and at this point it's just like, it's completely...
Yeah.
She's
totally
actually crazy.
Continuing to dig her grave, so
it's bizarre.
We spit on her name.
It is weird.
But anyway, I say that because Albus Dumbledore is, of course, a Gandalf-like figure, but not as cool as Gandalf, in my opinion.
Yeah. And there's actually there's a lot of things in Harry Potter that are kind of like ripped straight from Lord of the Rings, actually, when you look into it.
It has a lot. I mean, I honestly give it a pass for a lot of that stuff because it is like an amalgam of a lot of these like long-standing fantasy ideas, and a lot of those do just come from Lord of the Rings because it was like one of the first things to establish a lot of the tropes. So
it was just the best to do it. Tolkien was just the best to do it.
It's cool because Tolkien is dead, so we don't even have to worry about I don't even know what his personal life is, and I don't need to because he's dead.
Yeah.
So I can just read the books and enjoy them. What about Glinda? No, she's a witch, I guess.
We're talking about best wizards?
Best wizards.
I don't know. I feel like Gandalf is the blueprint, and then everybody is just trying to be Gandalf.
Well, but Gandalf is Merlin, right?
To be honest, I don't know anything about Merlin.
I'm just saying big white beard with a staff and a cape.
Yeah, sure.
Right? Like that's the archetype, which probably is just life, because probably really old guys with long white beards were just like the wisest dudes.
For sure.
And probably knew how to do things. So, but yeah, there's no other wizards. That's kind of it, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's time for a new wizard
Doctor Strange,
archetype.
Wizards of Waverly Place.
Ugh. No,
not a fan?
No.
You don't like that stuff? I don't know if you can tell, but I have nothing to talk about today.
Oh, me neither. We're really going back to the roots of the podcast in that way.
All right, good. Good.
But yeah, I just wanted to say I completely agree about Harry Potter, and it started with J.K. Rowling being crazy, and I was like a little bit turned off of it because of that. And then the more time goes on, there is just better media. I'm a big huge fan of the Golden Compass books, his Dark Materials. That's always what I say is going to be like my kids' version of Harry Potter. Because... Are
those actually better than Harry Potter, though, or is it just not Harry Potter? Because I feel like a lot of that level of book writing is like they write for a vibe, and the kind of like internal consistency is sort of second.
I don't know.
Golden Compass is banging.
I don't know if you read, but I don't
know anything about it. Polar bear, that's all I know. There's a polar bear.
It's really, really good. I mean, it's like
polar bear who wears a coat, right? He wears clothes.
It's not even
like
on the level
clothes.
of Harry Potter as far as like the way that it explores like human relationships and religion and like politics and all kinds of stuff. There's like real good, interesting messaging in it in a way that, I mean, stuff like Harry Potter is not even touching.
The one thing I will actually... I think, well, there's two things that's actually good about Harry Potter. One, it has like, you know, the Star Wars movies. I don't know if you ever watched like all of them or did a Star Wars thing, but
I have.
The Star Wars movies.
Happened to see Star Wars, yeah. Star Wars.
You actually have a better time just listening to the soundtracks than if you watch the movies. Like the soundtracks are doing so much of the emotional heavy lifting in those, and it's incredible music.
I was about
Harry
to
Potter,
say
same
like.
deal.
Hot take, but I actually feel kind of the same about Star Wars as I do about
Star
Harry
Wars
Potter now that it's actually
it's
kind of not that good.
No, it's not that good. There's actually one great Star Wars movie, and it's been downhill since then. They
Wait, what's the good
very
one?
Quickly, the very first one. Oh. That's the only one that's like actually works so totally self-contained. And then as soon as you get to Empire Strikes Back, as soon as you have your Luke, I am your father moment, that's the moment that Star Wars started taking itself too seriously and thinking that it was like this important lore-oriented like universe, which it kind of is. I mean, but it's not smart enough really to actually do that.
Yeah, this is going to be an extremely basic question because everybody knows everything about Star Wars. But like,
I know everything about Star Wars.
Was George Lucas like planning to make 3 from the beginning, or did he get like?
He will claim to his grave that he had it all planned out. But if you go look at his notes from when he wrote that for Star Wars, and this is not a joke, you'll read like his original like plan for the series, and it would be like, Han Solo turns out that he's like an ancient green space alien who lives inside of somebody's head, and Obi-Wan Kenobi was supposed to be like a crazy like strange old like basically if you read the original ideas for what the Star Wars trilogy was going to be, it was very like extremely bad. It was like horrible sci-fi fan fiction. And then because he had to filter those ideas through like this studio system, he had to make them like sort of sensible and palatable. And you got this fantastic first movie, which is still one of the best single movies I think ever. I love that first Star Wars movie. And I love the rest of them too, but they are objectively, I would say, pretty bad, most of them, which is too bad.
I just have to say, as a viewer, it doesn't really seem like he had that much planned out.
No, and exactly.
It's not with the new ones either, dude. I feel like the new one's even worse.
No,
it's like
and
they were just making decisions as they went.
You can't shit on them because then people think you're anti-woke. And I'm like, no, it has nothing to do with that. This is like that third of the new trilogy is I remember walking out of the theater and going, I think that was the worst Star Wars movie. That was like on par with The Phantom Menace. And everyone being like,
I just fucking lost track
and
of what was going on at the new one so quick.
It was insane, dude. At the end, when Palpatine is shooting and then they're like, oh, by the way, he has an army of 12,000 ships on some planet. You're like, what's going on? It's crazy. Now, I will stand by. I think The Force Awakens is probably the third best Star Wars movie. I think that's still a really decent movie. It's a rehash, whatever, but it's good. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think The Last Jedi is the best idea. First, it had a lot of the best ideas, but the execution was also horrendous, very bad. And then, Rise of Skywalker was just total garbage.
I'm stupid, so I can't even tell you what happened in which one as far as what they're called and stuff. I just remember thinking overall my impression of the new ones was that they couldn't decide who the main character was, and I never ended up feeling that emotionally connected to any of them.
Mm-hmm. That is 100%, I think, a valid take. So it's where we're stuck with Star Wars ad infinitum. It's never going away because the first one was just too good.
Yeah.
And we're still riding that high,
the crazy creepy imagery of where Palpatine ended up and he's connected all these machines and stuff was some of the coolest images in Star Wars, because they never did anything that horror oriented before. It was crazy.
At that part in the movie, in those first when they were oh, Palpatine's back, I'm like, this is dumb. But then that scene happens and I'm like, this might actually be sick as fuck. And then the movie goes nowhere and it doesn't do anything. Which,
who knows, maybe that credit for that is to some designer that's not George Lucas, but...
Well, George Lucas had nothing to do with those most recent three. He sold it to Disney. He
was
like, I'm
out. I don't even know anything.
Yes. So he sold it to, as he said, quote, the white slavers of Disney. And they took it and they're doing what they're doing. So that's what he said. He was in an interview and they were like, how does it feel to sell Star Wars? And he was like, well, it's I just took my children and sold them to the white slavers, or something.
What the fuck?
It's not a good thing I don't know. He's a very, very, very awkward man. I don't think it betrayed any underlying weird political things, but it was just a weird thing he said in this interview. Disney, white slavers.
I would say
George Lucas.
Especially said, about somebody you made a huge business deal with.
Well, I'm sure part of the deal was he can say whatever the hell he wants because he's George Lucas. I mean, they gave him
yeah.
And it's actually interesting because at the time they gave him $7 billion for it, which seemed like an insane amount. But I think they've made that back and then some easily already. $7 billion seems kind of
well, sure.
small.
They've got the movies, they've got the theme parks. I mean,
movies, theme park, video games, TV shows, everything.
Okay, hang on. I'm looking up the clip of him saying this, and I'm going to watch it right now.
Yeah, go ahead. I sold Star Wars to the white slavers, he said. It's George. What are you going to do? He's George Lucas. He's an interesting guy. Are you going to play the clip, or just sit in silence while I?
You can sit in silence while I watch this.
Okay, all right. I'll shut up.
And then I'll have Ethan edit it in.
Okay, enjoy.
These are my kids. So
all those Star Wars films.
All the Star Wars films.
They were your kids.
Yeah, well, they are right. I loved them. I created them. I'm very intimately involved in them, and obviously to
and
sell
you
them
sold
off.
them.
I sold them to the white slavers that take these things and.
Okay, but
yeah, wow.
I know. What a king.
He just says they're like my kids. The films are like my kids, and I sold them to the white slavers.
He did. There you go.
Oh my god.
They were your kids, and you sold them to the white slavers. So I mean, what a guy, right? They don't make them like that anymore. Except they totally still do. But he's George Lucas. I legitimately don't think it's he has any creepy underlying weird politics. I just think he's a very awkward guy. But I would
funny. Believe that. Yes, there are certain celebrities and stuff that get canceled for certain things that I'm like. Not that I'm on their side, but I do think there's a group of them that are not necessarily malicious. They're just kind of stupid. So there's certain celebrities in my mind that I just have in the category of they're just kind of stupid. So they're just going to say kind of stupid things.
Yeah. Have I ever told you about this is my check to decide whether I'm going to get invested in somebody's cancellation or not?
I think
is I have this
maybe
check
'cause we've-
called the restaurant check.
Okay, tell
told
me
you about
again,
this?
maybe. I don't remember.
It's anytime somebody says that person's canceled and I say why, and they say this is what they did, I think to myself, if somebody did this in my restaurant while I was working at the restaurant, would I even bring it up to management, or would I just be like, well, it's just people are dumb and complicated, and I'm just gonna leave it? So that's my internal check of like reminding myself how people are on average, and being like, is this actually like something I need to be mad about, or am I just mad about it because it's a thing that's happening in front of my face right now that seems very intense?
Yeah.
Most of the time, I don't end up caring. But then sometimes you're like, fuck, this is really important. Oh, well.
For sure. People definitely need to remember that, like, sometimes people are just kind of stupid and it's really not worth your energy to, come up with a whole fantasy about how it's all premeditated to be evil.
That's the crazy thing is we have a real desire to like believe that everyone's calculating and doing like intentionally doing evil things.
Right.
I just don't think people are that smart.
Most people are not calculating.
Yeah, they're just.
I'll tell you.
And they may think they are, but it just that they just
right, or
ain't,
they're not even calculating the way that they think they're calculating.
Yeah, it's like people are mostly just like. It's kind of like, you ever watch, remember all those streamers I was making fun of, and I actually now feel bad about making fun of them about that one episode?
Oh, that's fine.
But you ever watch them and people are always like, oh, they just are pretending to be in a relationship and flirt because they know that their community is going to react this way and it's going to generate
crazy.
these
Who
number of
would
views.
do that?
I actually don't think that's happening. Like,
No,
I understand
me
why it
neither.
seems believable, but I actually think everyone's just like vibing it out and just like kind of doing whatever comes into their head like 90% of the time, with I'm sure there's some exceptions. But I don't think, I think people, I really just don't think people do that as much as people think they do.
People overestimate the effort people are willing to go through to like run a scam like that. Like, most people are not going to bother.
Because we hear stories, Bernie Madoff, Elizabeth Holmes, or the Balloon Boy. We hear these stories, and those are the ones we hear about. So we assume everyone's doing that. I just don't think that's the case, and I refuse to listen to any evidence to the contrary. I don't even want to hear it. Hey, do you think it's good if housing prices go up, or is it bad?
Probably bad.
Because then people can't buy houses, right?
Yeah.
So do you think it's good if housing prices go down?
I would like them to go down, personally, so that I can buy one.
Yeah, but all the people who own houses are like, hold on a second. This is my...
Yeah, but they still get to live in a house. What's the big deal?
Well, because it's their primary investment vehicle. That's like the way they're going to leave money to their kids. That's part of why people buy houses. Is because that's like, they're like, oh, this is now my... That's dumb. It's a really bad idea.
Yeah, maybe that's not a great system.
So you're going to buy a house someday, right?
I would love to. Would love to have the
How
opportunity.
much are you going to pay for it? Like, what do you like?
All,
that's a
all
dumb
the houses
question, but like,
in where I live that I would want are like minimum $500,000-$600,000. It's
Okay.
crazy.
and once you buy the house, you're going to live in it.
Yes.
And that's why you want the house.
yes.
That's a novel concept.
Brand
I thought
new
we should
concept,
buy houses
yes.
so we can
It's actually
use them
crazy.
as passive
I've kind
income.
of become one of these people that's checking Zillow all the time just for fun. And
It's fun to imagine.
It's upsetting to me how many of the listings are clearly written as if a rental investor is reading them. Like, a lot of the descriptions for these houses that are like regular single family homes are written as like, this is a great investment opportunity. Think of the rent you could make with this house.
What
Instead of like, wouldn't you love to live here?
What percentage of single family homes are like, do you have any sense of how many, because people talk about this, right? It's like, this is a big problem, but what percentage of single family homes are owned like by what, private equity you'd call that? Does anybody know? Is that like a thing we can look up?
Yes, I'm sure it's a thing you can look up.
All right, I'm gonna look that up in between the next pod and then forget to bring it up ever again and just let it die.
Okay, well, great discussion on business and economics. I wanted to bring up a couple
truly.
of
Favorite business podcast.
viewer emails. Okay?
A viewer what?
emails. So the podcast does have an email address.
We do?
Yeah.
Wait,
That you,
really?
that you have access to, because it's just the same.
What is it?
It's the same Google account as the channel, which I gave you
I didn't know we had
ages
a
ago.
Google account. I guess we have
But,
to have a Google account. How do I
yeah,
access
that is
the
how it
email? How do I
works.
email us? glhf@gmail.com?
It is, I think, I had to go through a lot of possible usernames to get one that like sounded okay that was available. So it's like
Okay.
glhf.pod.show@gmail.com.
Okay. So I'm going to email us right now. What
Anyway,
fewer
so you
questions do we- I
clearly-
didn't know we got...
You have clearly never checked it.
You're sure that's the... Why don't we read it on the show? And say, hey, send us an email.
We should be. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah. glhf.pod.show.com@gmail.com. Right?
Yeah, just go to our channel page and it's like under the contact on our channel page.
Yeah. I got to get up to date.
But yeah, I used to check it more. I used to have like notifications on it, but accidentally didn't check it for several months because I think if you don't like go to the email enough, Google will like log you out of it. So I was not getting notifications anymore and I didn't realize that we had emails in there. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get back to people now. But
Let's get them all done.
Let me pull it up because we got an email recently that a viewer in New Zealand freaking went to Charles Wordsworth's grave for us and took pictures.
What? Holy fuck. Wait, we'll post them in the Discord chat.
Yeah, they'll
Or I
pop
can just
up
log
on
in the email,
the
I guess.
they'll pop up on the episode.
Okay, that doesn't help me, though.
Okay. I'll send them. Hang on.
I want to see them.
But yeah, so this is Rob. His name is Rob. Thank you, Rob,
Damn,
for going
shout
to
out,
the
Rob.
grave and took pictures of the grave, and it looks like the most gorgeous sunny day of all time. Not a cloud in the sky. At this beautiful kind of
Unlike
green...
when the boat crashed.
Yeah, exactly. But now
Very different.
Charles, in his grave, is enjoying this beautiful green field and blue sky. And apparently Manaya, the little town where the cemetery is the bread capital. They have a big sign that says, "Welcome to Manaya, the bread capital," and it's got a big sculpture of
Red capital of what?
all it says is the bread capital. It's just it's the one.
Earth, I
The
guess.
one and only bread capital.
For those who don't know, this is 4 episodes ago. The one where we say we're facing mortality on a
Yeah,
remote
it's a few.
island.
Yeah.
So
It's
if
a
you
few
want to know the
episodes ago.
context for this grave, it was the first actual story that you told us about the shipwreck.
Yeah, this was the guy that survived a shipwreck, lived for 6 months on a deserted island in the middle of the ocean,
In like a really rough part
and
too.
lived to tell the tale, and is now buried in New Zealand, which is where his ship was originally heading, so at least he made it there.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to seeing the pictures.
Yeah, I'll send them after probably. They'll be on the screen for everybody else. And he said there was but somebody left a little Buddha statue by his grave. So, don't know who that was, but that's
Dang.
cute.
One of our viewers, perhaps?
I don't know.
Could
It
be.
looks like it
Could
might have
be.
been there
We-
for a while.
GLHF Cruise, Turks and Caicos, New Zealand. Huh? Would you ever do something
sure.
like that? Like
Yeah, we
a
need to-
meetup?
We need to have enough stories from the pod that we can do like a worldwide cruise that has like 20 stops of all these
We
places.
tell stories at each stop. How fun would that be? I actually have been learning a lot about stories because I had another just banger video idea. And I've been reading a lot about how to tell how your city, do you know in the city you live in? Well, actually, I think you do know, ironically, but like, where was the first house that was built? Like, where's the first building and how the city expanded from there? Like, could you walk to the very first building in your place? And do you know what the story of that is?
Yeah, I think I do actually.
Yeah,
for my
ironically,
city.
you actually do in this case,
Yeah.
but most people don't. And it's a really fascinating thing to learn that and to be like, what's the oldest surviving building in your area?
Yeah.
And then sort of you can start to walk through your city and see the matrix, like see the different decades, like you're walking through time. You can see it kind of
Yeah, like do you
ooze
ever
out from that.
go into a restaurant or a store or something and they have a picture of their store from like 1850
that.
and there's like nothing
I love
around
it. And you like try to picture, you're like squinting and you're like, how is the street here?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
where's the strip mall? And you're like, it doesn't even make sense. Yeah, I'm doing it with LA. I'm trying to find the oldest building in GTA 5 by using these same types of methods. And so it's teaching me a lot about LA, and it's so interesting.
Do you know what it is for LA, or do we have to wait for the video?
At the moment, I know what it is, not only for LA, but there are 3 candidates for GTA 5 that it will all have fascinating arguments in favor of them, because it's hard to do in a video game because there's no real history, right?
Right,
They
it's
all
not
are
right.
technically
Yeah.
the same age. So you're using these doing this they're just copying real buildings and trying to put them in there, but so stuff gets like funky and messed up in a way. But yes, the answer is yes, I think I do.
What did
but
LA
I will say,
start as? Like, you know, a lot of cities
I mean,
start for a reason because like a business
like every
established
single-
there or something.
like every single one, every single city in America, it was like a Native American settlement or like near a Native American settlement
Right,
for a long
yeah.
time. New people moved in.
But when did it
And
really
in LA's
start?
case, right?
I'm joking, by the way, guys. Please.
It's, you know what's crazy to me though, also in learning this, and sounds so stupid because it's obvious, but LA is like so, I mean, I guess Mexican specifically, but it's like so Spanish language forward.
Well, it's
like
named
the
in Spanish.
Whole history, yeah, it's named in Spanish. The whole history of the city is like so much more, I guess what we would call now like Central American than it is American. And it's just so weird to me because that is in the same country as a city like Boston, you know, or a city like Miami. Like, it's so weird to me how we have cities in this country that, for all intents and purposes, have like completely different cultural histories, and then we
Yes.
just smushed them all together through violence and
'Cause the
took them
US
all and
is
said,
just
we all
fucking
get to work
huge,
together
yeah.
now. It's gigantic. Yeah,
You've
it's
just
really
acquired
crazy.
so much property.
Yeah. And so it's interesting to think of LA as like this hyper American city, because it really is. But it kind of is like also like super Mexican or super, I don't even know if it was ever literally Mexico. Well, it was, wasn't it? I don't know. But whatever it was, it's like extremely.
We don't need to know facts on the pod. It's okay.
Yeah. We're not going to get anything right. Some people, because people correct us, right? And so we can say whatever we want.
And
People
that's
correct us.
engagement, is what that is.
And exactly. Anyway, thanks to that person for going to New Zealand. That's amazing.
Well, they didn't go to New Zealand. They said they lived like a couple hours away or something.
Well, they must have got there somehow.
I guess I don't know. Oh, you drove up from Wellington, Rob. Where is Wellington?
So we have what are they? Kiwi listeners, huh?
Actually,
Can
is
I
a
say
pretty far
Kiwi?
drive.
How many hours?
3 hours 45 minutes, almost 4.
Oh, that's not nothing. Did he give a diary of his day? Like, how was the drive, and did he see anything else, learn anything else? Did he have a nice time?
Not too much. It was just the pictures, and he said there was the little Buddha by the grave. So just a little, simple, straight to the point.
Okay, that's in.
It is
in any other
crazy to
context.
just look at a grave that's from 1896.
That episode when we talked about this gave me another idea, which may have to just be done in real life. But man, graves, right? Like,
Crazy.
whole people from all sorts of
Do you want to have a
eras.
grave?
I like the idea of having a physical thing that people can come like symbolically visit you at. And it is helpful if some part of your body is actually there, I guess. But I don't think it's very defensible to have a grave when there's this many people. I think we kind of got to dissolve ourselves, you know?
Well, I definitely want to be, oh God, what is it called? I want to be burned up.
Oh, cremated. But
I
they
wanna
have
be
water
cremated.
cremation now. Didn't we talk about that?
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not dissolving in acid.
It's the same thing, if you think about it.
Well, yeah, okay, wait. I guess the context we were talking about it last time was which one you would want to do alive.
Yeah, be alive. Yeah, no. No,
So I guess I
you
was
won't- you
still
won't-
thinking about that.
Yeah,
But
you
I
won't
guess
feel
if
it,
I'm
I
dead-
promise.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess the benefit, the quote benefit of cremation would be that your family can keep your ashes, but maybe that's creepy. Is that creepy?
No, there's ashes in water cremation as well.
What is it, like goo?
No, that'd be fucking awesome. It was like a little squeezy goo. You could put it in a water weenie and just have people play with it. No, it's like a powder. They said it's like a fine white powder. I don't know what from.
The heck?
But like is the ash even really you anymore, right? Again, it's the symbolism of it. But it isn't.
You know what's crazy is for animals, you have to pay more to have an individual cremation over a
I remember when I learned
cremation.
that. I was like, holy shit. They just scoop a bit out. They just like take a mix of... Because like, it doesn't matter. But it so does. Like emotionally, you know?
Exactly.
Do you remember the first time... This is kind of a dark subject, but do you remember the first time
we always come back to death, so that's okay.
You remember the first time that you knew someone or something, like an animal or a person...
Yeah.
That you knew as a person, and then you saw them inside of an urn. You remember that feeling?
I don't know about an urn. When I was very young, my great grandpa died, and I went to his funeral and I saw him in the casket. And I must have been like, I want to say I was like 5 years old, like really young. But I remember that experience obviously because that was very impactful. I never had like seen a dead person before.
And then they like put him in the ground, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And the urn thing is even weird because you're like, oh, it's like so much smaller. Like that's, how did that person, how did they get it in there? It's like, how is that still them? And it's not. But I always found that a very strange thing to like look at an urn and be like, oh, that's that thing that I really love.
Yeah, I mean, just me personally, I've always known I want to be cremated because I just think the idea of having my body on display is kind of disturbing to me and unnecessary. But
wait, what do you mean you mean just for the funeral?
Yeah.
You're not saying like people actually like
no, like I don't want to
hang themselves on the wall.
I don't want to have like an open casket at my funeral or whatever. But
yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, maybe even the ashes are kind of weird. Is it weird?
I think the thing that this all stems from is just that like dying is weird, right?
It is.
Like there's no way to kind of come to terms with it totally. So no matter what route you're going to take, it is going to be like weird. I think the least weird version would be the version where you end up just in the woods and the woods just eats you, kind of. Like that's the most normal and defensible version of dying. But
yeah.
Even that's pretty weird.
You ever see these videos of people trying to spread their loved one's ashes and it like blows back in their face, or it like, doesn't go where it's supposed to go?
Do you have plans for like pranks after your death? Like, do you have sort of like just things to do to be like, all right, everybody, lighten up. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave a series of videos that are like some kind of crazy scavenger hunt.
I've thought about if I died anytime soon. Like if I knew I was going to die, if they came to me and they said, all right, buddy, you've got about a year, I think I would probably try to pre-film like a lot of content.
Oh no.
Edit it and schedule it. And then I'm going to die, but the videos are just going to come out like normal. And then 5 years from now, I'm going to have a video that's said, by the way, I've been dead for like 5 years. Like I have not been here. And just surprise people. And we should do that with the pod too. We can pre-record a bunch of pods and just they'll keep coming out.
Pranked.
And suddenly you go, boom, by the way, I have not been here. I truly haven't been reading the comments. So
Truly.
I'm in heaven now, you know?
Yeah, but then you'll miss out on all the views you could have got for being dead. Like if you announced that you were dead first, then people like suddenly become interested in you. It's like, you know, there's always like a resurgence of like musicians' work and stuff when they die, because that's like drama that people are interested in, and then they go like watch all the stuff.
Okay, so I should do like a I'm dead, or should I do the I'm dying, get the views, then do the I'm dead, but then a year after the I'm dead video, I put up another video that's filmed as though it's totally contemporary and be like, I'm just kidding, I wasn't dead. And then it goes for a few years, and then I say, by the way, I actually have been dead. So I yank the chain back and forth, you know?
Yeah, no, that's probably good because then I was thinking you would want to drag this out for as long as possible, because if you just say, okay, I'm dead, I'm going to release videos posthumously,
Yeah.
posthumously, posthumously, right?
I think posthumous, yeah, is how I've mostly heard it pronounced.
I feel like the first one would be really popular, and then people would be like, oh, well, this guy's dead, why am I even giving him my attention?
Well, if the videos are bangers, though, like most people don't know, like nobody cares. 90% of the people watching a video that gets a million views don't actually give a fuck about like what the person is in it, they're just watching a good video. So, and then I could even hire someone to look like me and just occasionally walk around outside, so then people could sometimes say, take pictures and be like, oh, he's here.
I think this is good. I think we come up with a lot of good plans on this pod.
We really do. We really, really do. If people listen to this and started a business based off the many things we've said, they could be the next Sam Altman shortly. Like, it wouldn't take long.
Truly.
You guys could be making money and you're sitting here just commenting.
Ungodly confidence. Do you have
ungodly confidence? No, go ahead. Whatever you want to say.
Just, have I ever told you this story of this guy that I worked with on a project in college that like actually kind of scared me because he was like so obsessed with doing well in the project that he almost like physically kept me in the room after like 3 a.m. when I wanted to go home.
I don't know if you have told me that. Who? What?
Yeah. It honestly, and I wish I had reacted stronger in the moment, but I was so like, I don't know. I was like 19 or something, and I was
wouldn't he also been 19?
About everything. Yeah. But I mean, so this is the kind of guy that I imagine when I'm like reading the news about all these tech guys, is he just had like a genuinely insane amount of confidence and was like obsessed with networking with everybody at all times. Like he knew all the professors, like he always like would talk to the professors in the halls to the point where they almost seemed kind of annoyed with him because he was just like inserting himself everywhere possible to like try to know everybody and like get involved in everything to like, get a job or whatever, be on everybody's good side.
Have you Googled him recently?
I should, but
because he could be doing well or maybe in jail.
Potentially, we'll see. But I did this project with him, and he was just always, I don't even know what he was doing, but he was like procrastinating a lot, and I was doing a lot of the work. And then I think the split that we had was like, I mean, now it's unfair when I think about it because it was a computer engineering class, but I was doing all the computer engineering stuff, and he was just going to do like the construction stuff because the project we were doing was something that I had like wanted to try for a long time, which is have you ever seen like when they have fountains that like spell stuff and make pictures because it's a bunch of valves from the ceiling and then they use the falling water to display the time or something, right, because you can
and
open
it's always
and close
like a little
the valves in time
because like it's hard to get it right, and so it's always like a little fucked up.
So the class was like, it was like you could come up with some kind of computer engineering project, which means like you're using both like circuitry and software to create something, and you could basically make whatever you wanted as long as it like fulfilled the requirements of like the type of project you're supposed to do. But I ended up somehow in this deal doing all of the programming and all of the circuit design, but he knew more about like building stuff like with wood. So he was going to do like the frame of it because it's a fountain. So we had to make like a big frame with the valves would attach in the top and then it would like go into a bucket at the bottom and stuff. So he was going to design that part of it and build that part of it. And I did like all the actual stuff that related to the class. So I was like done on time, basically. I think on the final day that we had to work on it, all I had to do was like solder some more stuff on the circuit board, which I guess was kind of risky looking back, but everybody procrastinated on projects like this. I was pretty sure it was going to work. I had tested it enough, theoretically.
Yeah, all you had to do is like put it together and see if it worked. No big deal.
I think I had tested because the circuit board had circuits on it for like 32 valves or something, and I think I had I had designed it beforehand, like in simulation, and then I had tested it with like two or three valves or something, and then I had to solder on like a ridiculous amount of parts to it because it was going to 32 different signals. So I was pretty sure it was going to work. I just had to like solder on the rest of the stuff, and so I go to this like room that he had access to, some kind of like lab room where he was working on a project for a different class or an internship or something, so we were like allowed to work in there. And I was just like finishing up my last stuff, and he was doing absolutely all of his part, which was like building the entire thing.
Was he like Hermione Grangering, like doing too many things at once, or was he just actually procrastinating like everyone else?
I think it was probably doing too many things at once. I don't know, honestly. I would like always find him like in a computer lab, asleep, having been working on something. I think he was working on a lot of stuff, but procrastinated on this specific thing. Anyway.
Can you tell us his first name for storytelling purposes?
In this moment, I genuinely can't remember his name. I would remember if I... Oh, wait. I did just remember.
But you're not gonna say it? Because just in case somebody
knows. Some people know where I went to
to
school and stuff. I don't know. You could figure it out based on the project. Can you just make up a name then and tell us it's the real name? Just give us a name, tell us it's the real name so we can have something to attach to. What's something that would fit him? I don't know.
Just say his real name, man. I guess use his real name, it's fine. But just tell us it's a fake name.
Okay, his fake name was Phil.
Because now we're not going to know. Phil, okay. Everyone can decide if that's actually the name. All right, Phil.
Anyway, because I am, a straight A student, and I care about my grades, and I care about other people, and I felt bad, I wasn't going to leave until the project was done, or to the best of my ability. I end up helping him with a lot of his part of it after I've been done. So it's like physical work of putting stuff together. He's like really obsessed with this idea of painting it. And this is what I'm talking about with the manipulation, is like he somehow convinces some random girl he knows from class to like paint it for him. I don't know how.
About you or someone else?
Some other person. And,
I see. Okay.
She comes in and she's like kind of visibly annoyed about it, but somehow agrees to do it because he's just the kind of person to like beg people for stuff, like including the way he interacts with me. He's like, please, you have to, like, this is so important to me. Like, please help me. Like literally just saying please.
And that's the crazy thing is like, actually, if you just really insist, most people will just like do it just to get you to shut up. Like it does work pretty well. They won't make you friends, but if you just need something from someone, just really annoying them about it and begging actually probably works most of the time. So
yeah, so he's like roping other people into this. He's roping me into it because I feel bad. I don't know. I wasn't like confident enough at that time to like say no to somebody that was like begging me to help. So, and I'm staying there also because I'm the only one who understands the code and stuff. So when it comes time to like test this thing, I kind of have to be there because he doesn't know anything about how the project actually works on that side of stuff.
And how many hours until it's due?
It's like due the next morning.
So like less than 10 hours.
It's probably technically due like at 9 a.m. And we were there working from like 10 a.m. to 3 a.m.
Jeez.
So I'm getting more and more tired. I'm like, at that point in my life, I cared a little bit about like getting enough sleep and stuff. And I know that I'm like incapable of being a human being if I don't get enough sleep, especially because we also had to present it the next day. Mm-hmm. So starting at like 1, 2 a.m., I'm like, okay, maybe we've done enough. Like, I already know, I actually had a conversation with one of the TAs for the class, like earlier that week, who was like, I was just telling him about the circuit and the code that we made, and he was like very impressed and basically told me like we were definitely going to get an A just based on the amount of work that we had done that far. So I was trying to tell Phil this. I'm like, look, we're already like pretty much guaranteed the grade. You know, I gotta go to sleep. I think we've done enough to show that, like, for the requirements of the class, whatever. And he's just going, please, you have to stay. You don't understand. This is really important to me.
God.
I really have to show this and this professor, this project. He was trying to convince me. He was trying to convince me to, like, go into another room and take a nap on a couch, and, like, he would come get me when he needed me. And I'm like, dude, no, like, I'm going home. And so it was like, I was so distressed by this, and I would handle this completely differently now. I would just fucking leave now.
Yeah.
But I felt really guilty because he kept, like, literally begging me.
Yeah.
And I felt bad about, like, potentially me leaving hurting his grade or whatever. I don't know. But I remember I kept taking breaks because I was like, this is, like, the peak of my anxiety too, and having, like, no idea how to handle it. And I kept taking breaks, and on at least one of my breaks, I was, like, calling Noah in the bathroom, like, crying because I was so distraught and didn't know what to do with this person.
And was he just like, you gotta leave? You gotta get out of there?
Yeah, I mean, he felt bad for me, but I kept going back in because I felt bad. And then at, like, 3 a.m., I visibly start crying in front of Phil because I'm so, like, I like, really felt trapped. I didn't know what to do. And he's still trying to convince me to stay. And then I, like...
Even after you were crying?
After I'm crying, and I was crying, and I was saying, I just want to go home.
This is like a horror movie.
And
this could be a horror movie.
And at that point, while I'm crying, I'm saying, I just want to go home. And I stand up from my chair, and he, like, stands in between me and the door of the room and puts a hand on my shoulder and pushes me down back in the chair. And is still saying, please, you have to stay.
What the fuck?
And that's when I kind of had a heart attack, because I was like, I actually don't know if, like, he's going to physically force me to stay in this room now.
Yeah. That's kind of scary.
It was scary. And it scared me, and I just, like, went silent, and he went back to doing what he was doing. And then I just, like, quietly turned around. And again, because I still felt so guilty, I, like, did what I needed to do to be able to, like, transfer the files to him so that he could work on the code himself. And then I, like, gave him the password and said, I'm going home. And he just didn't say anything. So I think maybe he realized in that moment that he had, like, crossed a line.
He had gone too far. Jeez.
Because then I just got up and left. And then I still, again, I felt so bad. I emailed the professor that night, trying to, like, explain the situation and say, like, just so you know, like, I'm the one that left early, and if we get a bad grade because of this, it was my fault.
Lord. Holy cow. We really do grow as people, don't we?
Because this guy was making me feel so guilty about it. He was acting like we were going to fail because I left, and, like, he needed me to stay.
Doesn't it feel good when you finally have confidence in your life and yourself to, like, some extent?
There's no fucking
it's like
way.
Such a difference.
At 11:30 p.m., if this happened to me now, 11:30, I'd go, hey, dude. I've stayed, like, more than my share. And the second he touched me, I would have fucking yelled at him.
Yeah.
There's no way.
And we just love that. We love that kind of growth. It's so much better.
Yeah.
But you got to go through it to get to it, you know?
And even after that, I remember he like, sent me a text in the morning saying, like, no hard feelings, right?
God, I can't go into details, but I just want you to know this is the second story somebody's told me today dealing with a person like this. And I just don't... The thing where, like, people push you and push you and push you and push you, and then after all is said and done, they kind of come to you and act like it was just like an equal disagreement, you know, between the two of you.
Yeah, no.
What? I hate it. It drives me crazy.
This is making me mad talking about it. I really wish I could go back in time, because it's crazy how different I would react now.
How'd the project go?
Fuck that guy, for real. It, like, makes me anxious to think about how anxious I was in that moment. The project went fine. We got a great grade because the work that I did was incredible.
That's crazy to be the one doing the bulk of the work, and then also to be like guilted into that position. I understand very much why it makes you upset, because you're just like, you kind of want to grab yourself and be like, what? You are so in the right. You're so in the right. And you're acting like you're so in the wrong.
And I want that guy to know exactly how wrong he was, because he's not the type of person to have realized that.
Yeah. Well, you never, I mean, again, he's either running an AI company or he's in jail, so.
Yeah, those are the options.
Pretty much.
I gotta look him up.
Could be both.
That's actually a good idea to look him up.
Phil, what was his last name? You said Phil.
That's the fake name.
Oh, well. That's all of our emails?
Oh, yeah. I mean, mainly I was mentioning the person that went to Wordsworth's grave, and then there was another person that sent us this lovely game that we're in right now.
And listen, I'm listening to the song. I still haven't turned it off.
Yeah, it's a very catchy little song. I had to turn it off so that I can talk at the same time.
Yeah,
but,
it's a little overwhelming. It's kind of making me dizzy. I feel like I'm on the teacups at Disneyland. When's the last time you went to Disneyland? Or World or whatever?
Well, I still haven't been to Disneyland.
World.
I've been to Disney World.
World is, fun.
Mario is not at Disney. That's a Universal.
No, Mario's at Universal.
But it's very cool. Highly recommend.
You went to Mario in Japan,
I went to the one in Japan, but I think they're all the same, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I really want to go to Mario.
You been watching the Olympics at all?
No, I did see any of the things that have like gone viral, like that lady snapping her leg in half, but that's it.
Oh God, I haven't seen that.
It's Mardi Gras right now, so we've been Mardi Gras-ing in parades and so on and so forth. So this is like the final weekend. So actually, final weekend of, because it changes dates every year because it's all like Catholic. So it's like the third Tuesday after the 12th day after the birth of Christ or whatever the hell. So.
God, time goes so fast. I can't believe we're in mid-February. But I just wanted to shout out the Olympics. I did not see the person breaking their leg or whatever, so I will not be looking that up. That sounds scary.
Yeah, don't do that.
But, every time the Olympics happens, I just think it's pretty cool. I kind of like that it's like... I mean, I think I like any big event that kind of brings everybody together watching the same thing. I think it's cool that it's like on everywhere you go. And it's just kind of cool to see... Like, it's so emotional for the athletes. And I just found myself, like, it was on at the gym while I was on the treadmill. And it was I don't know her name, of course, I'm sorry. But it was Phil.
Phil
it was a Japanese figure skater. Whatever it's called when they do, like, the songs and stuff in figure skating.
Yes.
I don't know the name of the event. But... Basically, she did really, really well, and this was going to be her like last Olympics before she retired, and she just like did her set perfectly, and like really got a lot of points for her team or whatever, and was just like crying from happiness because she did so well and her whole team was so excited, and I was just like on the treadmill watching this and grinning because it's just like so cool to see people's like dreams come true.
Mm-hmm.
Something that they've just been working on for their whole life.
Like maybe not most of the world, but like people in most countries are somebody in like is paying attention to it. Like there's not that many things that the whole world to some extent kind of pays attention to. I'm probably overstating it a little bit because I'm sure lots of places don't give a fuck, but I think that's really cool. Can I tell you something that will make me sound like a really dumb guy? I'm just going to do it.
Well, you never sound like that, so this will be new.
Well, get ready. This can be first one. Up until, I think I looked this up maybe a year ago. Up until a year ago, and I'm very mad that this is the case, but I actually thought that from this year, or whenever the last Summer Olympics was, 2024, I thought that from 2024 all the way back to ancient Roman times, there was an Olympics every 4 years, an unbroken chain of Olympic events going back thousands of years.
Okay, so you're telling me that's not true?
Okay, you thought so too. Because it feels like it should be. That's part of what makes it so cool is I was like,
wait, what do you mean?
It's like this, the whole world comes together. And
so was it like an ancient
forever.
Thing and then like we decided to start it up?
Yeah, they brought it back in like 1920 or 30 or something, like, in the World's Fair. Like it was not even that long ago. And I was such a ripoff. I was like, what the hell? This sucks. I thought it was like this ancient thing.
Yeah.
But no, they stopped it.
That makes more sense.
It does make so much sense, but that's just so lame. Like, it feels so much like more contrived.
Who was even competing when it was an ancient thing? Because surely it wasn't actually the whole world.
No, it was mostly Rome, right? Just like people around Rome.
Okay.
But I just assumed it was like it continued, and then like, oh, the Roman Empire fell, but then they held it here, and they brought more people in. But then, if you really think about,
I gotta say, I also
the state
thought
of the world.
that. So.
Okay, good. That makes me feel better. But it's one of those things where like if you step back,
the thought, like, how cool is it that we've been doing this for so long?
It's so cool. And now I want to know, like, what's the event that's gone back the longest? Because it's probably like, Christmas or something, right? Some kind of holiday, religious something or other. But yeah, it's
probably.
It's one of those things that if you step back and you go, well, hold on. If this is true, what do I know about Earth, the state of the world, from now until Roman times? And does that fit with the idea that we were doing Olympics every 4 years? And it's like, well, first of all, we didn't have cars. So that kind of knocks out the possibility of all these countries participating every 4 years anyway. Because it takes them 5 years just to get across the continent, you know what I'm saying? But then you're like the Black Plague, medieval times, the collapse of the Roman Empire, the Inquisition.
When you really think about it, it falls
that doesn't make any sense.
It would have been cool, though.
How cool would that be? How cool would that be? Well, hey, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that.
Well, now I want to read more about the ancient Olympics.
Maybe you'll learn a fun story that you can tell us next week.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. I think you gotta go, right?
Yeah, we gotta go to the parades. And from tonight until through next Tuesday, it's party every day up in here. Like,
goddamn.
What's that song? Party every day.
And they force you to, right? If you live in New Orleans, it's like...
If you live in New Orleans,
it's illegal not
you
to
got no
party.
Choice. Yeah, so at 5 p.m. you have to be out of the house and at a parade. That's the way it goes. It's at gunpoint.
Woe is you.
Woe is me. What's that song? You know what I'm talking about?
No. I don't know
Party
songs.
every day. It's like a Black Eyed Peas. I got a feeling.
Oh,
you know that song?
That one's a classic. I love the lyrics. You ever look up the lyrics to that song?
I'm going to do it right now. Are they better than the lyrics to Daft Punk's Around the World?
I think so. I was listening to this song recently and I was like, wow. Listen to these lyrics.
These are really, actually, these are incredible. It's just, I got a feeling that tonight's going to be a good night.
Yeah, but
20 times in a row.
Even the verses.
And then the post, well, it's...
Here, this is the one I like, I think. Fill up my cup. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. That's
Look
right.
at her dancing. Just take it off. Let's paint the
Thank you
town.
for the pause.
We'll shut it down. Let's
shut
burn
it
the
down.
roof. I think part of
And
what I
then-
like about it is that there's such
we'll
a
do it again.
long pause. There's such a long
It's
pause between the
incredibly-
lyrics that it would.
yeah.
It's like the easiest freestyle of all time. Like you can imagine him just coming up with this on the spot because he has so much time to
He's got weeks
think.
of the next. Yeah, exactly. He's like, fill up my cup.
Mazel
Mazel
tov.
tov.
Exactly.
And then it comes in. You're like, oh shit, nice job.
And then
Good job,
and then
Will.i.am.
the second half of this verse, and then we'll do it again. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And do
Yeah.
it. And do it. Let's live it up and do it. And do it. And do it. Do it. Do it. And do it. Like
It just goes.
what?
It
Sorry.
actually is great. I'm listening to this
What?
tonight. It's gonna be midnight. I'm putting this on. We're gonna have a party.
But it does
Tonight's
kind
the
of make
night.
you
Let's
feel
live it up.
like it's gonna be a good night. Go
Yeah,
out
I
and
mean, I think
smash it. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
It's exactly the. I remember being in high school and putting this song on before my friends would go out because I'd never went out and did anything in high school. So they would put it on and we'd get hyped up and then I'd go home. But I remember that feeling.
What was the other one that was popular? Oh god, that was also the Black Eyed Peas. There was another one. The one that's 2000 and late. What is that?
I'm so 2000 and I got that boom, boom, boom. It's that
Oh,
one.
boom, boom, pow, boom,
Yeah.
boom, pow. They really,
Yes.
they just were not actually saying anything in any of these songs.
No, I think unfortunately they're like objectively bad, but subjectively great. You know what I'm saying?
It's about how it makes you feel. You can't think too hard about what they're saying
Yeah.
in the words.
Like I'm a bee. I'm a beat. Look at that. I'm a beat.
Yeah.
I'm a beat. It's pretty good.
It's about the rhythm of it. It's about the instrumental. It makes you want to
You
dance.
say that though, but to your credit of pointing it out, the rhythm of it is like the most square thing you've ever heard.
Do, do, do,
Nah,
do.
nah, nah, nah.
Do, do, do,
Nah,
do.
nah, nah, nah. Yeah.
Do, do, do,
You're like,
do.
who wrote this? Like, hello? But it comes together, you know, it works.
Do, do,
So
do, do.
it's like the Mary Had a Little Lamb type rhythm, you know?
Exactly. It's like a limerick.
I love it.
And then when I realized that a lot of the rap freestyles that I attempt to do, like on my streams and stuff, are actually limericks.
Oh, cute. Like old, like there one to the da da da.
Yeah,
da,
exactly.
da, 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 da.
Like that's where my brain goes when I'm trying to
that's
rap.
funny. You just have to think of a real song with rapping and then copy the flow. That's how you do it if you're an amateur. So like
Yeah,
do
just plagiarize
you know,
somebody.
do like I Got a Feeling next time. Try I Got a Feeling and see how that goes. All right, I gotta go now.